percentage,
8%.
You're in Sharia law. And they'll lie about it. They'll lie about what their true intentions are. Unfortunately, the radical Islamicists are currently in control and in the ascendancy. And what you're going to quickly see the United States and I think Russia combined to do, with or without Obama, is, the basic idea of massive retaliation throughout the Middle East. If Islam wants to put the civilized world, Europe and the United States, under the condition that, these people need to all be eliminated and killed, I think you're going to be surprised to find the Europeans willing to turn the Middle East into glass with nuclear weapons before they allow themselves to have more terrorist attacks like they did in Paris. I think this is going to backfire against the radical.
Sure, and you can argue the U.S. has done some bad stuff in the Middle East. Europe's pretty much been out of there for 50 years, so this is really picking a fight here. Dr. Corsi, you got a minute and a half.
Obama caused this. This is what people got to remember. Hillary and Obama sided with al-Qaeda and destabilized Libya. They were bringing weapons in through Benghazi. That's what our ambassador was doing there.
And that caused the chain reaction.
Caused the chain reaction to stabilize Syria. This is the result of a conscious policy by Obama and Hillary that is at their doorstep. They caused the destabilization.
So they are the authors. They should be held accountable.
Precisely. I agree entirely.
I know you said you could hold on a little bit longer. I want to do 5 minutes, and we'll let you go, Dr. Corsi, on the other side of this break, because I've got to ask you, because you've been so frighteningly accurate. I mean, I'll be honest, I had you on 10 years ago, or 15 years ago, but I thought you were smart, but I just didn't believe it all what you predicted. It's actually coming true like a crystal ball. So I want to ask you when we come back, what do you expect Obama to do in his last year in office? What do we do to try to stop him? How far will Congress go in letting him go crazy? I mean, there's got to be, because for the first time ever, I'm beyond scared. It's more just like ready to take action. I mean, I don't know what I'm supposed to do to stop this, but I know for my family's sake, I need to get even more aggressive with these people because they are just crazy criminals. They're like psychopaths or something. I want to get your take on what they're going to do next. Coming up, whistleblowers claim the National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA, rushed contentious climate paper despite reservations that it was a fraud. Feds approved genetically engineered salmon for human consumption, frankenfish. That's just some of the news we've got coming up. Hillary Clinton is criticizing a comedian that made fun of her. She's saying Bernie Sanders is sexist again. I mean, this is just, I think this is what it's come down to. I know that leftist ideology and collectivism is such garbage historically that I just can't believe that practitioners of it believe it when they're worth hundreds of millions of dollars like Hillary Clinton or Barack Obama. But I think Obama, more than Hillary, actually smokes the dope and actually has the chips on the shoulder, even though he's had the silver spoon life. And I guess there's a certain vandalism against the West. I don't know what you call it. So Dr. Corsi, in closing, Dr. Jerome Corsi of WND.com, WorldNet Daily, in closing, what do you expect Obama to do in the next year in office? How do we stop it? What should we be looking for next?
Well, I think Obama cannot be trusted to defend the United States. I think he's going to do everything he can to get Iran nuclear weapons. Iran's going to advance very fast in its accumulation of uranium and its advance in nuclear technology. Obama will do nothing to stop it. I think Obama's going to essentially throw Hillary under the bus, blame Hillary for the Middle East. I believe Hillary Clinton will be under criminal indictment before the election, likely both from the Department of Justice.
Wow.
And also in the states. Bill and Hillary Clinton are going to be prosecuted in the states for the foundation. They're going to lose control over the foundation. The Democrats, I think, have resolved that they're going to lose this election. Hillary's been picked to take the fall. No other Democrat, reminds me of 1952 when the Democrats knew Adlai Stevenson was going to lose, and no serious Democrats would win.
Just like the Eisenhower situation.
And Obama's going to clean out the old Hillary Clinton wing of the Democratic Party, all the old Democrats.
So he is involved. I've heard that from other insiders. There is an Obama coup over the Clinton machine.
Absolutely. Obama's going to take the Clintons down. Obama will not let the Clintons have control of the White House, which means control of the Democratic Party. This is going to be the demise of what's left of the centrist wing of the Democratic Party. It's going to
Wow, so as bad as they are, Doctor, you're saying it's about to get even more radical.
Yeah, it's going to get more radical. And they're going to try to align with the forces in the universities to do an Ayers-style revolution, which will mean opening the borders, rushing to the end of a new world order, climate change, all the things that Obama has predicted will want to do. He's going to rush to do. He's going to fail. I think there will be more terrorist attacks in Europe. I think there's going to be terrorist attacks in the United States. And ultimately, Donald Trump, it's all going to benefit Donald Trump. Donald Trump's numbers are going to continue to rise. Very soon, I think you'll see Donald Trump over 50%. You're going to see more and more terrorists stopped at the border. You're going to see more and more criminal activity. The country is going to close the border, and the country may start throwing out Muslims in Europe and the United States if Obama continues to press this agenda. I think Obama will settle for cleansing the Democratic Party of the centrists, the Clintons, make sure they're prosecuted. The Clinton Foundation is in its last days. It will be put under receivership by one or more of the states. Clintons will lose control of the foundation, and the Democratic Party will move far to the left.
I tell you.
And in the process, we will hit the wall. As soon as interest rates rise, we're going to see a global recession, global depression. The debt bomb is going to explode in the United States and Europe. Obama set that up. Obama's been borrowing money, doubling the debt. That's all going to come to roost. We'll be into another 2008 or more severe recession. When interest rates start rising, stock market could easily lose 4,000 or 5,000 points.
Well, I tell you, I have to say that I know there's the CFR and globalists, and they want global government, and I've talked to a lot of smart people like you, and they said, look, the leftists plan on double-crossing the professors, the think tanks plan on double-crossing the elites. And I think the elites are starting to figure that out, that they didn't just use radical Islam and leftist ideology to scramble the country and divide and conquer, that there are leftist factions that are going to go for everything. And I just can't believe that the rich elites, that the West made them so rich that they would create these horrible organizations that now even threaten them. And I just hope that the establishment, I know it's a diverse establishment, has figured this out. I mean, I'm starting to get some inklings of that. Are you getting any inklings like that maybe there's some elites in the West that don't want to commit political suicide?
Well, there are. They're thinking about it very seriously. But the Clintons are criminals. And they're going to go down. They're going to be thrown down. They're going to be thrown down hard. When the Clintons go down, a lot of the people who are around them are going to go down. There'll be multiple prosecutions of the Clinton and their close associates. It's going to spring into Wall Street, and the list of people being published, like the Washington Post, the people who have backed Clinton, are all going to back away from them. They're all going to get scared. They're all going to stop funding them. The criminal elite, which has been what Clinton has cultivated, is going to be ultimately hunted down much more than it has been. And the New World Order crowd, I think, is going to be very surprised by the reaction of a revival on the right and a demand for closed borders, a demand for return to family, the LGBT agenda, all of these extremes to which it have gotten. The left overplayed its hand, and I think is now in for a severe setback. The left knows it. The left is going to let the Clintons take the fall, regroup, and in 8 years, the left will try to rise again. I think Obama knows it. Valerie Jarrett knows it. That no serious person on the left is running in the Democratic Party. You've got the Elizabeth Warren saying, we'll wait out 2016, let Hillary go down hard, put up Biden, whomever else, he'll lose, and then we'll regroup 4 or 8 years when we have a chance to come back and do it the right way.
I agree with you, and it's key that patriots, libertarians, constitutionalists don't let the old rhinos come in and destroy this opportunity, that we try to save the country, reform it, cut the taxes, cut the spending, turn the engine up, rebuild our infrastructure, rebuild our military, and try to restore the republic. And I think the elites would be smarter doing that than this whole globalist operation that is in the end going to destroy them as well. And I'll tell you one reason that I've been so against Black Lives Matter and other groups is they're so clearly controlled by Soros, is that I've learned the last few years that the government, the military, even the FBI, you name it, these agencies now are really awake to what's going on. They've always had problems and corruption, but they really want to go after the corrupt people in government. They don't want to be corrupt. They don't want to ruin the country. And they're just waiting for the American people to give them the opportunity with the grand juries, with the states and others, to really bring justice to the criminal elite that you mentioned. And so we are at a major crossroads. I think the next 14, 15 months, don't you agree, is going to decide so much the future of this country and the world.
I think you're going to see people like Harry Reid and Nancy Pelosi under criminal investigation. I think you're going to see it extend into the leadership of the Republican Party. I think the grassroots of the Republican Party is going to reject the Washington Rhino leadership. And Wall Street's going to have to decide how much longer it wants to play this leftist game. If Wall Street continues to play it, when the economy turns around, there's going to be a massive sweeping out of Wall Street. Because this entire Goldman Sachs engineered debt structure with the Obama doubling our debt is going to come crashing down.
And it was the Clintons that engineered that.
Well, and it goes even, it goes way back. I mean, Greenspan was, beginning.
But sure, but wasn't it Larry, because you're the expert in banking, wasn't it Larry Summers and the Clintons that really green-lighted the crazy derivatives?
Yeah, well, the derivatives were going, Summers and the others said, we don't have to worry about debt. The Paul Krugmans and the others have as much debt as you want. Debt's good. All this basically return to fundamental economics of spend, 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 and it's not, and debt is okay. And I think that all that economics, we're going to see a repudiation of the entire economics of, the post-war era come crashing down in this debt structure. And Wall Street's going to have a comeuppance with it as well, as will the Republican establishment. The country is in, yes, there's going to be, major upheavals in the United States. But I think the smart forces, the Valerie Jarrett's within the Democratic Party, realize that Obama overplayed the hand, and now they're going to retrench and wait 8 years until they have a chance.
And now he's just throwing a fit, overplaying it that much more with arrogance and disconnected from reality. A stunning analysis. I think this was the best interview ever, Dr. Corsi, but obviously we're in very, very dangerous times, so the information is going to be hardcore. Very powerful interview. We'll be reading your articles at WND.com. Thank you, sir.
My pleasure. Thank you, Alex. Thank you very much.
Thank you.